of all citizens, groups of more than 3 men shall not congregate in public spaces. A curfew is in effect. Any person found on the street after dark will be subject to summary judgment. Long live General Gaius Julius Caesar, savior of our republic.
The streets have been particularly quiet today, even for a pandemic Sunday, a sign perhaps that maybe that deterrent effect is already kicking in, and tomorrow even again it will ramp up a level. It will be a different Sydney with 1,400 police officers and 500 soldiers ensuring not only compliance checks but even manning roadblocks to ensure that that restriction is limited. Now there are fears of overreach from authorities, and one family from here in Rydalmere tells us that is exactly what happened to them overnight when they were evicted from their home and sent into hotel quarantine.
It is called a Section 62.
Either you're getting it or you're going to get locked up.
A health order enforced by police that evicted a COVID-positive family of 4 from their own Rydalmere home.
We haven't breached nothing. We were sitting at home. We were self-isolating.
The police and the health department, some of them, are operating like the Gestapo.
Doctors are making the rules here. What else is there to come here?
No way should the health officials be guessing or speculating on what somebody may or may not do, bearing in mind they never even have met my clients.
The dynamics of this outbreak change day to day, and because of that, the rules are changing with it, blurring the lines more than ever between the rights of individual versus society. Police are learning what they can and can't do, and so are we.
Across 24 hours, police issued 529 fines for breaches of the public health order. 29 are now charged. From midnight, 1,400 police and 500 soldiers enforce harsher restrictions and harsher fines for breaching them. Across Greater Sydney, no leaving home unless for essential work, essential shopping, medical care, COVID testing, vaccinations, or exercise and recreation. For those in the 12 hot zone LGAs, not even recreation is allowed. Everywhere, residents are confined within their local government area or 5 kilometres from their door if they cross into another. So now, if you live more than 5 kilometres from the beach, no more of this for now.
Jupiter Optimus Maximus. Jupiter Optimus Maximus. Jupiter Optimus Maximus. Jupiter Optimus Maximus.
Driven not only by corporate greed, but a darker objective.
The takeover of America.
And then the world itself, by any means necessary, however violent, or cruel, or efficient. By severe drought, brought on by weather wars, conducted secretly using aerial contaminants and high-altitude electromagnetic waves.
Tonight, the largest single wildfire in California history on the doorstep of more historic small towns.
Everything that I own is now ashes or twisted metal. That's just all it is.
Lightning strikes fueling more flames and powerful winds up to 50 miles per hour, spreading the Dixie Fire's grip across bone-dry grounds. 540,000 acres in size, the Dixie Fire has more than 29,000 people under evacuation and has already destroyed at least 1,100 structures.
The scale of the Dixie Fire is just so unique. The extreme fire behavior that we're seeing here and across a number of incidents in the West does continue to make it unique.
It is currently the biggest blaze of more than 100 wildfires nationwide. Resources stretched thin in the heat of wildfire season. Nearly 1/4 of all wildfire response in the U.S., 6,000 people, tied to a single blaze.
More than 300 people are dead after a 7.2 magnitude earthquake struck Haiti this morning. The Prime Minister has declared a state of emergency. News4Jax reporter Bree Isom joins us live. Bree, you spoke with people who have ties to Haiti today?
I did, and I talked to a man that lives in Haiti. He says that this is a very sad day there, and he said that the hospitals are overwhelmed because of COVID patients and now because of people injured from this earthquake that happened earlier today. What did you have to do when you felt the shaking?
I mean, I just stopped for a while, and I discovered it was a dangerous earthquake.
Willie Elsie lived through a 7.2 magnitude earthquake that hit the southern portion of Haiti Saturday morning. The U.S. Geological Survey is estimating high casualties and widespread disaster. So far, more than 300 people have died and about 1,800 were injured.
In a state of perpetual war, to create problem, reaction, solution scenarios to distract, enrage, and enslave American citizens at home.
Tonight, President Biden ordering more U.S. troops back into Afghanistan, raising the total now to 5,000 personnel. The first of them are already on the ground at a military compound at Kabul airport for what the Pentagon says is a limited mission to get Americans out. The U.S. ambassador and commander for U.S. forces in Afghanistan meeting with President Ashraf Ghani today and the head of Afghan Special Forces, now in charge of defending Kabul as the Taliban close in on the capital, reportedly 7 miles away, but not yet fighting.
With tools like the Patriot Act and the National Defense Authorization Act, which abridge the Constitution in the name of national security. The militarization of police forces in cities across the U.S., the building of prison camps by the Federal Emergency Management Agency with no stated purpose, the corporate takeover of food and agriculture, pharmaceuticals and healthcare, even the military in clandestine agendas to fatten, dull, sicken, and control a populace already consumed by consumerism.
And I encourage you all to go shopping more.
A government that taps your phone, collects your data, and monitors your whereabouts with impunity.
How would you describe what the circle is to, say, your grandmother?
It's the chaos of the web made elegant.
Speed round, Paul or John?
Early Paul, late John.
Mario or Sonic?
Early Sonic, late Mario.
Needs of the society or needs of the individual?
Should be the same.
You're most scared of?
Unfulfilled potential.
I am a believer in the perfectibility of human beings. When we are our best selves, the possibilities are endless. At the circle, there isn't a problem that we cannot solve. We can cure any disease and we can end hunger without secrets, without the hoarding of knowledge and information. We can finally realize our potential. Circlers, do you like to share?
A government preparing to use that data against you when it strikes, and the final takeover begins.
We'll see it all. If it happens, we'll know. Imagine the human rights implications. There needs to be accountability.
What'd they say?
You have to listen twice.
Larry crowned at the Common Break area?
Yeah, that's what I heard. I wonder why.
It's Employee of the Month Day.
Spectacular. You know, I think I know what this is about.
I don't think you do.
Ron. Larry.
I'm sorry, but we've come to a parting of the ways. You, Mark, and you.
Well, this sounds like you're firing me.
See, Larry, here's the problem. Your lack of educational background is going to forever retard your movement up the U-Mart ladder.
You're forever retarded, Crown, because you didn't go to college. SMU, class 86. That's solid gold, man. I just don't give those away.
I thought I was going to be Employee of the Month.
We teach a whole track in hotel and restaurant food preparation.
Well, no. I did that long enough. Then I got into a whole different line of work until I was downsized. I'm here to make sure that never happens again.
See, did you ever think about studying Tai Chi? It's cured my diabetes. No lie. I recommend Speech 217.
The art of informal remarks. From toast to job interview, speech 217 will teach you how to communicate with ease and confidence.
That's a damn fine zipper, mister.
It did get me here for a nickel's worth of gas.
Didn't see you in the scooter pit last term.
Oh, this is my first day at college ever.
I love that. Excuse me. This class is canceled. The state charter requires a minimum of 10 students per class, or else it costs more for us to be here than not, so. Okay, thanks. Anyway.
Is this speech 217?
See if you can find yourself a seat.
Hello.
I've been thinking about you, and I don't even know your name.
Larry. Larry Crown. Hi. This is,
Lala. Larry and Lala. I don't think so. I used to be Catherine until I looked in the mirror and saw a girl named Talia. You? Lance. Lance Corona. Want to join my gang? Del Gordo. This is Lance Corona. Classmate and so far, good guy. You gotta untuck the shirt, Lance.
So, you wanna ride with us?
Sure, why not? So what is going on out there?
Just introducing you to a little thing called Feng Shui. Just gonna get rid of some of this clutter here, okay?
Yeah, just, don't go crazy.
Let Talia do her thing, okay? Life is easier. You are way cooler than you appear.
Well, sometimes it just comes down to a good haircut. Thank you.
Had to be done, Lance.
Spectacular. Spectacular. So this is Feng Shui. Holy smoke. You've got inventory.
Yes, I do.
Bad Feng Shui, though. I know this girl who does, and the first time she came into my house, she starts rearranging everything I own. She started rearranging my things and moving my furniture to places that it's never ever been before. And before I know it, I have a Spartan interior design with traffic flow and Feng Shui, in which everything has to be set just so, otherwise the chi or the spirit of the house doesn't move.
Can anyone remember anything from that?
Feng Shui actually works. I read about it in my Asian Studies class.
There are many people who dismiss Deep Space Nine in favor of the original or the next generation. Although I too am a fan of both of Roddenberry's visions, there is no version of Star Trek I do not enjoy. None. As you can tell by my uniform, had I the chance to attend Starfleet Academy, I would have studied the life sciences.
Who's cutting my class? Where's Larry Crown?
Maybe you got the flu.
Mr. Mack, Apologize. Please continue on with Star Wars. Gonna believe how fate meets cute. What do men see in irritating free spirits?
Seriously, I'm offering you a ride.
Seriously? I can walk.
And those shoes?
You noticed my shoes. Fine, I'll ride, but I will not wear that bucket on my head.
It's the law. Ooh, this looks like a DUI. This guy's in trouble.
Right to attorney. Shut up. I know my rights. You understand that? I know my rights. All right. Here we go.
Hey! Careful with that man's cheesecake, officer!
$10 and he walks in the back seat.
Bad night for that
guy. Fortune cookies! Chinese food tells you the future!
Sushi is fresh out of the sea, tempura is fresh out of the oil, accent on fresh.
But it won't keep overnight. Like Kung Pao chicken, those flavors the next day are deep and delicious.
Samurais are amazing chefs!
I weigh like 90 pounds. What's my 2 a.m. meal after a couple of puffs? Chinese food from the Chinese garden with Chinese chopsticks! Yeah!
MSG! That's enough of the fake debate for today. Thank you for your passion. New watch for you. Hey, we all got free tattoos. I wanted something in Japanese, so check this out. That one says courage, that one says spirit. Courageous spirit.
Well, that's Chinese. And it says soy sauce.
Shut up.
It does. Soy sauce.
New watch for you. Hey, we all got free tattoos. I wanted something in Japanese, so check this out. That one says courage, that one says spirit. Courageous spirit.
Chinese, and it says soy sauce.
Shut up.
It does. Soy sauce.
Be here for our grand opening.
Oh, I might not make it. Some of us have finals.
Harbor Street. Right turn. Turning right.
circle has the power to change everything. It's only our lies that get us in trouble. Things we hide. We care about everybody you care about. Because knowing is good, but knowing everything is better.
We're on Tom Hanks's Instagram, and you may want to be sitting down and watching this video. You will not believe this one. So, of course, as some of you know, Tom Hanks contracted the so-called virus in Australia. All right, and apparently Tom Hanks is a lover of typewriters. You know, he's a typewriter aficionado, collector. So let's see what happened on this Instagram post here. Hey folks, good news. 1 week after testing positive in self-isolation, the symptoms are much the same. No fever, but the blahs. Folding the laundry and doing the dishes leads to a nap on the couch. Bad news, my wife, Rita Wilson, has won 6 course straight hands of gin rummy and leads by 201 points. Leads by 201 points. But I have learned not to spread my Vegemite so thick. I traveled here with a typewriter. He traveled there with one typewriter. Okay? And one I used to love. Used to love. You know why he's saying used to love? We'll get to that in a second. We're all in this together. Flatten the curve, of course. So, can you guess which typewriter brand he so happened to travel with and had with him as he contracted this deadly virus? You guessed it. Corona. Yeah, the Corona typewriter, folks. And for those of you unaware of the significance of the 201 reference, just a friendly reminder, and for those people out there, and there are many, who are questioning this, looking into this, skeptical about this situation, pointing out all of the suspicious coincidences, quote unquote, online since this so-called outbreak began, these people are aware of something called Event 201, which is a little mock simulation exercise that they carried out less than 2 months before this so-called outbreak that's playing out exactly in the real world right now, as if it was some sort of script.
The takeover of America.
By a well-oiled and well-armed multinational group of elites that will cull, kill, and subjugate.
Happening as we sit here.
It's happening all around us.
The other shoe waiting to drop.
It'll probably start on a Friday. The banks will announce a security action necessitating their computers to go offline all weekend.
Digital money will disappear.
They can just steal your money?
Followed by the detonation of strategic electromagnetic pulse bombs to knock out major grids.
What will seem like an attack on America by terrorists or Russia.
Or a simulated alien invasion using alien replica vehicles that exist and are already in use.
An alien invasion of the U.S.
The Russians tried it in '47.
You can't say these things.
I'm going to say them tomorrow.
Dreamer first. Tell me about Dreamer.
Oh, well, when I saw the State of the Black Union, Dick Gregory really moved me and a lot of my friends. I show it to everybody that comes over the house, especially white folks, because they need to hear that, you know, so that they know more about all of us. Mm-hmm. Because what he said affects all of us. He said something that really hit home about this phenomena of chemtrails. And, you know, when I was a kid, I used to see these trails in the sky all the time and say, oh, that's cool. A jet just went over. And then you started to see a whole bunch of them. And the next thing you know, everybody in your neighborhood was fighting and arguing, and you didn't know why.
Soon, my friend. Very soon.
The other thing is the first line of the song says, I was born on the same plantation in the United States of the red, white, and blue. And we live in a place now that feels just about like a plantation. We're all indentured servants. You know, when I found out there were 8 presidents before George Washington, I wanted to smack somebody.
Calling the world from isolation. Right now, that's the ball where we betray. Calling the world from isolation. 'Cause right now, that's the ball where we betray. And if you're coming back to find me, 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 you better have good aim. And if you're coming back to find me, are we the last living souls? 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 Chicken, how you say? That's no way to behave. And just along beneath the can, sing a song. It doesn't sing, it grows. A bag, I'm useless, but not for long. The future is coming on. The future is coming on.
After the T-virus was released, a secret file was uploaded to my data stream. It was a recording of a meeting of the Umbrella High Command, dated 17 months before the viral outbreak occurred.
We're here today not just to talk about the future of this company. We're here to talk about its destiny. We're here to talk about the end of the world. We stand on the brink of Armageddon, diseases for which we have no cure. Our world is coming to an end. Now the question is, will we end with it?
What do you propose?
I propose that we end the world, but on our terms. An orchestrated apocalypse. One that will cleanse the earth of its population but leave its infrastructure and resources intact. It's been done once before, with great success. The chosen few will ride out the storm, not in an ark as in the book of Genesis, but in safety, underground. And when it's over, we will emerge onto a cleansed earth, one that we can then reboot in our image.
And just how do you intend to achieve this?
The means of our salvation are already at hand. I give to you the T-virus.
This morning, Buckingham Palace wants to know who leaked a video from Queen Elizabeth's family archive. The Sun newspaper obtained a 70-second black and white video showing the Queen as a child. It apparently shows her performing a Nazi salute. Charlie Daggett is outside Buckingham Palace in London with how the palace may have helped the video get out. Charlie, good morning.
Good morning to you. Palace officials have confirmed to us this morning that an internal investigation is underway to determine the source of the leak, where that family footage came from, and just how it ended up in the hands of the Sun newspaper. It's a grainy home movie shot in 1933. Playing up for the camera, a young Queen Elizabeth is seen apparently raising a Nazi salute alongside her mother and younger sister dancing around. Her uncle, the future King Edward VIII, does the same. Whether an innocent gesture done in jest, the palace is said to be scrambling to figure out how the film got out, says royal correspondent Roya Nika.
There's been a huge level of concern as to how the material got out, the fact that they actually don't know how it's got out. You know, unknown things like that to do with the royal family and archives rattle royal aides, and they rattle members of the royal family too.
However, part of that clip had already been made public, apparently showing the Queen and her sister just moments after that incident, part of an exhibition by Buckingham Palace last year, which has lent to claims the palace itself may be partly to blame for inadvertently releasing the footage to documentary makers. The Sun newspaper won't say where they got it, but it was obtained in a legitimate fashion and published with the public interest in mind, says managing editor Stig Abel.
The fact remains that in 1933, led by a man who was to become Edward VIII, the British royal family were doing Nazi salutes to a video. That seemed very immediately to us to be a matter of great cultural, historical and general interest.
I must say that I'm going to be there as well. I'm so afraid of injections. But I'll do that bravely. But some people are here to drink coffee, some people are here to go to the cinema, to watch a movie, and some are going to have the third vaccine. If you didn't get the first second one, which we do have some people that didn't, decided not to, then they can do it. They can do it too. You can see the TV, one of the Israeli channels here.
We've all changed. We've learned new moves and reached new heights. We've done some heavy lifting and put on our game faces. We've taken big steps and led the way. The world brought us change, but it didn't change who we are. And together, we're telling the world, keep climbing.
The branding of cattle is a tradition in the American West, but its roots might just surprise you. Branding is the practice of marking cattle. In fact, most livestock is marked in some way or another, and even those that raise horses use brands to identify their horses and their bloodline. Livestock branding has been practiced for thousands of years. In fact, according to the Smithsonian, an ancient Egyptian tomb has paintings depicting a cattle roundup and branding from 2700 BC. Just like what was done almost 4,700 years ago, our branding starts by bringing in the cows. The moms then receive their own dose of medicine. They'll also receive shots to boost their immune systems against disease.
We will take steps that will change the course of this disease.
President-elect Joe Biden today said he will take aim at the virus once he gets into office.
We need to remember, we're at war with the virus.
Come here!
What do they want from us?
It wants to kill us.
They want something from us.
It wants to mutilate us just like it did Woods.
Did you see Squeaky? That They want something from us.
Why don't we talk to him? It's in the computer. We can talk to him.
What?
Talk to him. Ow. It's in the computer, right? It's in the computer. What the hell? What do I do? Nadia, please help me. I need English. English, please. Who are you?
Is that it? Is it the thing?
Wait a minute. No harm.
Life form analysis complete. Species is destructive, invasive, noxious, harmful to the body of the whole.
What species?
Man. You are virus.
Great. Just great. Good things with germs.
Dr. Levine, you have supported both allowing minors to be given hormone blockers to prevent them from going through puberty, as well as surgical destruction of a minor's genitalia.
But the primary reason to castrate bull calves is to calm their tempers and their attitudes. Bulls will fight, bulls will get hurt, and once they're castrated, well, we call them steers, and they're less likely to hurt each other. Freeze branding involves the use of liquid nitrogen or dry ice and alcohol to cool the branding iron to about minus 300 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 200 Celsius.
Inside, it will stay cold enough to make the vaccines work. And then when you want to take them out, you just go in here, and there's a whole tray of the vaccines.
Yeah. Freeze branding takes anywhere from 3 to 10 minutes per animal at a cost of about 5 cents a head.
Now, we're told they're moving very quickly, and nearly 1,000 people will get their shot here today.
Even at the low end of 3 minutes per calf, we'd only be able to brand about 20 calves per hour. That would stretch our branding day out to almost 8 hours. Often, we'll get asked why we brand. And the honest answer is that there's no other permanent way to mark and identify our cattle.
Living on a lighted stage approaches the unreal. For those who think and feel in touch with some reality beyond the gilded cage. Casting this unlikely role, ill-equipped to act with insufficient tact. One must put up barriers to keep oneself intact. Living in the limelight, the universal dream for those who wish to see. Those who wish to be must put aside the alienation. Get on with the fascination, the real relation, the underlying key. Living in a fish island, caught in the camera eye. I have no heart to lie. I can't pretend a stranger is a long-awaited friend. All the world's in need of snake. We are merely players, performers and portrayers. Each another's audience outside the gilded cage.
Tensions rise as we enter the 213th week of lockdown.
A grim new reality emerges.
COVID-23 has mutated.
Beginning thermal scan. Thermal scan normal.
A horrifying new development
New
today.
data confirms the virus attacks the brain tissue.
Hey, whoa, I'm immune! I'm immune!
Never stay safe, sane, and sanitized.
And now for an emergency announcement from the mayor.
People of Springfield, because of the epidemic, I have canceled my vacation to the Bahamas. I shall not leave the city. Hey, you! Get that steel drum out of the mayor's office.
Sorry, man.
Smithers, this plague doesn't scare me. I've constructed a germ-free chamber for myself. Not a single microbe can get in or out. Who the devil are you?
Don't panic. Just come up with a good story. My name is Mr. Burns.
Oh! They're all covered with filthy germs, aren't they, Smithers?
Why, what do you mean, sir?
Freemasons run the country!
Ugh!